thing is dead. It's like not even charged either. Let's show you. I mean, it's on 1 bar. But the cool part about it too, I don't gotta take. I got all the voltage indicators on all 5 batteries working, so I can check all the voltages, and I can just literally unplug these, and then I can put the plugs on there, and I can literally charge this suit without taking the batteries off either. I just ran it for about 3 minutes. Actually, I was running for about 30 seconds. I was trying to get the camera right to turn on. It was running for like 30 seconds. So I just ran it 3 minutes, 30 seconds. Just this one leg. And like I said, it's on full power. It got 3 bars on this battery on this rant. It was on 1 bar. I should have showed you that. It was on 1 bar before I even started it. But it was on 1 bar, and it's still on the 1 bar. And I just ran it 3 minutes. And I fully charged the battery and everything. It's gonna run pretty long. Well, I'll be back with you with more updates. I just gotta hook the switches up. And after I hook the switches up, other than that, I wanna put these spacer plates on the calf plates. So basically, to open them up a little bit more. That way when I put the padded pants on that float, it'll fit them perfectly. But I took these spacers, I mapped them up. They come off this hinge before anyway, and I had them on the suit before I did all the different upgrades. And I literally just got to unbolt it and bolt it in place, and it'll go right on, no problem. I just got to add 4 bolts, 2 bolts on that side, 2 bolts on that side, and use the existing bolts that's already in there at the other side of the bracket back to the shin plate. But once I got to do that, and then I could hook it up into the switches. After I do that, basically I just got to fully charge it and just go over it and make sure I ain't got no pinch spots. Make sure all the wiring and everything is, I mean, it's 40 volts, 14 amp an hour. And I mean, when I kick on all those suckers, it's pulling a lot of juice. I want to make sure ain't no wires pinching. Because, yeah, that little light show on the other video I just shot wouldn't be nothing. I done it before, and I had about 9 months back where I had a all metal. That's another reason I went to the plastic, because that metal would pinch those wires like crazy. And all plastic is safe for me running the wires through it because it's soft material. Any rubbing occurs. I made sure I had slack and made sure that it was in a way that it wouldn't rub. But in general, if any rubbing occurs, it'll be against plastic and not metal cutting into it too. That's another good reason why I rent the plastic, so when I run the wires through there, besides the lightweight and all the other stuff I was saying, that way it won't cut through the wires too. And then in places that I was, maybe the hint is maybe scared, I went and wrapped it around with electrical tape again. And even some of the ends of the springs are electrical tape. While the wire passed through it, it's not rubbing the end of the spring, it's rubbing electrical tape. Things like that. It's a whole bunch of little increment things that I've done. And that's what I'm saying. I got to go back over it and make sure everything is tighty-whitey. And like I said, just the spacer plates and the switch. And then overall, for us, what I was going to do the suit for is it fit you. It should be able to fit. Like I said, I just want to go over the whole suit again. Go over it and make sure the wiring is fine. Everything's cool. And like I said, you can have it back when I hook the switch on, and on both of them. And it's going to run off of the front chest piece battery and the other back upper piece, basically the power tool batteries. And then if you flip the switches forward on both sides, if these were to event to drain, you can flip them forward on each side and then switch up to the backup battery. The front 2 chest pieces and the back piece, top back pieces, those power tool batteries is 40 volts, 8 amp an hour. The reserve battery is 40 volts and only 6 amp a battery, but it's a reserve battery. Now, if I just wanted to, I could wire them all. I can literally go to the switch and just rewire the switch itself. And that's the beauty of it. Doing it that I did it in the switch with on off. I can literally take the on off on one side and put it on the other side, and that's all I need to do for it to drain from both battery packs at the same time. But the batteries are different from the reserve battery, the main batteries, the stronger battery pack. That's why another reason why I didn't want to link those together. But it's cool because, like I said, these batteries are made for those motors in the first place. I just wired them into this system, and it was already balanced for those motors in the first place. I mean, that's another thing. Like, oh, I use power tool batteries. Dude, it's perfect. I went and bought a motor and a battery with a charger. All of it was compatible. It was made for each other. These people spent thousands and thousands of dollars developing that blower and making sure that that battery wouldn't burn out, and making sure that motor wouldn't burn out, and the charger would charge it. All I did is apply it to this. I mean, it took a lot of guesswork out of that because I already knew that that battery would run that motor for a particular amount of time. I already knew it. I already knew that battery will run off that motor and not burn it up, or that motor wouldn't be too much for that battery because it was made for each other. Literally, they spent thousands of dollars, I mean millions of dollars probably, or close to it. I mean, like, maybe not that much on this particular project, but I mean, still, just something like a blower, a company would spend like $100,000 depending on what company, especially getting to somebody like Echo. About time they come up with a prototype, render it, build a prototype, and actually all the testing they do in the field, all the drop testing, and then the equipment. And then when you talk about a company like Echo, once they do get all that done and they come out with that new product, or like maybe Ferrari or Chevy, companies like that, once they do that, and those like the Chevy companies or Ferrari, like some Ferrari projects, it's like $10 million just in development of one car. That's the reason why they're so expensive. Some even more than that. But and then not counting the fact of once they get those mass produced products, I mean, you got some facilities just to produce one car. They'll spend millions of dollars in research and development, then turn around and spend another $100 million just on one facility to produce one car. Just the factory, they'll spend $100 million, and that factory is literally built, all the equipment, all the paint booths, the way the robots in there operate is specifically just for that car. Just one car. By the time they do all the R&D and build a facility for it, it'd be $200 million. $200 million they didn't put just to get those cars to start rolling out. By the time you got cars rolling out of that factory, they done already put $200 million into that one Ferrari GT, or that, I mean, Ford Focus, or I mean, you name it, whatever. Some higher than other. That's why a lot of the like Chevys and the Ford dealerships, like they'll build one platform that they can put, like they do a lot with the trucks. They'll build, like Chevy will build one 1500 platform that they can put a regular truck, a extended truck, and an SUV on the same platform. Ford does it too. They do it with cars, and that way they'll have a platform that fit 3 different cars, and that'll cut down facility costs. But this is Eric Linwood, and I'll be back with you with more self-elevated EDF / spring powered universal exoskeleton updates.